Hey, what is going on, guys? Beastjared here, and today I'm here to bring you guys a review for Zankyou. Now, in some aspects, this will be a review, but for the most part, I feel like this video may be just me throwing my thoughts around with the series as a whole. But, however, I'm going to go over the flaws with the series of Zankyou first. Now, for the most part, I thought Zankyou was a pretty solid series. However, it did not meet my expectations. I figured that Zankyou was definitely going to be the best of the summer anime season without a doubt, because psychological thrillers are usually the most unique, the most interesting, and usually, in some cases, the best animes out there. Like Death Note and Code Geass, those two are undeniably masterpieces. They're both very good series, and they both had their unique stories and great endings. Now, I'm not gonna take anything away from Zankyou. It had a unique story and a pretty decent ending as well. However, it doesn't reach that Death Note or Code Geass level. Now, my problems with Zankyou as a whole was quite a lot of things. Now, first of all, we have the main characters, 9 and 12. At first, I thought these two characters were pretty psychotic and had a psychotic mindset. I thought they were going to turn into like a light Yagami character where they're doing something good in a sense, but along the way they get psychotic. I figured it was going to go along those lines. However, it turns into such a different show. We find out that 9 and 12, these characters do not want to kill anyone, and I believe they're just blowing up buildings just to get back the corporations and overall the government that harmed them, that experimented on them when they were younger. And I like that aspect of the story, how we find out that why are these characters so smart? How could they make these bombs? What makes them so smart? And in opposed to Death Note, we get, oh, Light Yagami is probably probably the smartest or one of the smartest people in Japan. But how did Light get this smart? From studying? I mean, studying could get you pretty smart, but I don't think Light was really studying 24/7. Now, but with 9 and 12, there's an explanation. The government and a whole bunch of other corporations were trying to make superhumans with a lot of intelligence, and they have to get a lot of children under the age of 5 to experiment on. And 9 and 12 were one of these test subjects, and the project did succeed, which in turn made them very smart. However, there is after effects. They will die shortly because it didn't go through as a successful plan completely, which is why 5 was soon going to die from the after effects of this experiment when she commits suicide soon after, and why 9 dies after 12 is shot by one of the American forces, one of the American snipers. The ending of Zankyou to me was pretty crappy, and it wasn't exactly crappy, okay? It was just not what I really wanted. Now, as I said, I really wanted there to be something extremely shocking at the end of episode 10. I remembered that the atomic bomb that 9 had was going to go off, and it just, like, when everything was being broadcasted, it reminded me of such a Lelouch v. Britannia situation. I thought he was really going to just destroy the whole world. I mean, there's nothing really to live for with them, and I figured, you know what, fuck it, we're taking everyone down with us. It's Tokyo's fault. It's Japan's fault. Why we are even going to die to begin with. So I feared that kind of thing was going to happen. However, it didn't happen. Shortly after 12 died, 9 died too from the after effects of the experimentations from many years ago. However, this doesn't make sense. 12 dies, and soon afterward, 9 dies after, I guess, his emotions are going all over the place. But could it be that when your emotions take over, when you're too, perhaps emotions increase the effects of your death? I mean, I don't know. Perhaps that is the way it works when you're very emotional. The after effects of the experimentations will kill you sooner, but it just doesn't make sense. It wasn't explained. As we all could see, 5 died from the after effects of the experimentation. She was most likely going to die. 9 died, and 12 was most likely going to die too. So was it only that they all had 12 years to live? That's the big question here. Did they have only 12 years to live? And one more problem I had with this was Lisa. Lisa just really brought 9 and 12 down in some ways. I just really didn't like it. And I expected Lisa to actually be a badass, or at least be psychotic like Light. Turn psychotic like Light, and then 9 and 12 would have to stop her in the end and work with Shibazaki or something like that. That's what would have been a suitable ending, at least in my opinion. However, Lisa was there arguably to bring out the human sides of 9 and 12. Now, the stuff I really liked about this series was Shibazaki. He was a great antagonist. He was definitely one of the smarter detectives there. He was solving all of Sphinx's riddles. Whether it took him a few hours, he was the one doing all of the investigations in terms of that. And, Shibazaki, pretty good detective. Nowhere near L's level, but he's a great detective. I mean, you could clearly see that he outclasses all of the detectives, and he's really intelligent. The main characters 9 and 12 were pretty good characters. They weren't as complex as I thought they would be, but they were overall pretty good characters. And overall, this series as a whole wasn't too bad. As I said, wasn't what I was expecting. However, for a little 11 episode series, I thought it was pretty good, and I would give it overall an 8 out of 10. In my opinion, it's definitely not a masterpiece. You could argue that it's a different kind of psychological thriller, and it is. However, I feel like this kind of scenario has been made up before. Just like, I don't know, I feel like I've seen this before, so it doesn't seem too original to me. I mean, the terrorist part of it seems original. However, the experimentations part and doesn't seem too original to me. I mean, I don't know, I'm getting some weird flashbacks of maybe some movies I watched in the past or something. But overall, I thought this series was pretty good. What do you guys think of this series? Do you think it was a masterpiece? Was it what you expected? Did you have low expectations to begin with? And overall, what was your favorite anime from the summer season? Right now, I'm not really a huge fan of Sword Art Online, but I'm probably leaning towards Sword Art Online. Tokyo Ghoul is good, however, if it was 24 episodes, it would have raped every single anime in the ass. Akame Got Kill really isn't really living up to the hype. It's good, but it's not as good as I thought it would be. And, Sword Art Online seems to be the most promising thing here. It has good pacing and good story, solid story. So, what do you guys think? See you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.